Alright, for this 2010 Volkswagen CC with the misfire problem, as you can see, these codes had come up in the engine control module. It was originally cylinder 2 misfire detected, cylinder 3 misfire detected, and then random misfire, as well as a hide cylinder code. And these were the total faults in a lot of the modules. There was many more, but we're not going to go into that much specifics about those. As you can see, a bunch of those other ones. And then going back, this is basically after everything should have been done to this Volkswagen. It still had the permanent codes through generic OBD2. But verified that it was running a lot smoother, a lot better, and everything. Then if we go back, I should have some data on this. And I'm going to review data, and as you can see, I do. These were some of the misfires, and as you can see, the misfire code was true for cylinder 3 on this. And then it kind of froze up on me ways in between there, and I tried catching it again, but it never came back. This is cylinder 1 of 2010 Volkswagen VW CC sedan 2.0 engine, 4-cylinder. This is cylinder number 2. The last one taken in the beginning of this was cylinder number 1. This is cylinder number 2 of the same Volkswagen. This is also with a bad cylinder spark system on cylinder number 3. For a cylinder 3 misfire. But when I go to show cylinder 3, this is going to be what happens after I had changed the coil plug from cylinder 3 to cylinder 4, so it won't be noticed until closer to the final list of frames on this. Changed out the spark plugs and had to get a new ignition coil for what used to be on cylinder 3. Then it moved to cylinder 4, and also checked for misfires on scan data, and it came up with cylinder 3 at first, and then, like I said, after changing and swapping out the ignition coils, it went to cylinder 4. This is now cylinder 3. Cylinder 3 also had quite a nasty looking spark plug in it originally. They were originally NGK, replaced with newer NGK iridium spark plugs. And this is a spark line secondary waveform for cylinder 3, like I said. These are all secondary waveforms. Primary wasn't able to be done because I don't have like a fuse buddy handy. Pretty soon we should be getting into cylinder 4, where you'll be able to see that there is no spark line over this way. So it should drop out. Yep, right here is cylinder 4. There is no spark line. Alright, so this is the good waveform of the 2010 Volkswagen CC. This is cylinder number 1 after replacing the spark plugs. Let's see if I can pull up some scale, just to give a little more perspective. And like I said, this is going to be secondary waveform. So you got a good start line, firing line, and yes, it is in 500 volt scale, because that's the only way to really zoom in on this particular waveform for me. And as you can see, the firing line and then the spark line. Like I said, this is cylinder 1. Pretty soon it'll be going to cylinder 2. Yeah, so now we're in cylinder 2. Got slightly better as well. Kind of zooming through a little bit. And basically all I did was use a ground off the engine and used a basic probe on the oscilloscope function of this Autel MS scan tool. And as you can see, after replacing spark plugs and all that, it's pretty much running a heck of a lot better. Even sounded better. Double checked and verified that there was no more misfires. Now we should be going into cylinder 3. Yep, here's cylinder 3, and I was using a trigger function. That's why it looks like it kind of went off the beaten path a little bit. But this is still using Ignition 4's ignition coil on cylinder 3, but with new spark plugs. Here pretty soon we will see. So pretty much I'm looking at it like the ignition coil might be going a slightly bad here in a little while for cylinder 3 again, but it's not because of ignition coil. Well, it is kind of the ignition coil, but not the original thinking, because it's not the original, and found that The one that I swapped out originally from cylinder 3 to cylinder 4 was originally a VW spark plug coil plug pack. And on this one, this is cylinder 4. So as you can see, it got very much better. And that's it.